as yet to share with the nation results of the meeting. So we had some slight delay. My apology. This press statement is taking place at a time when there is an upsurge of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is ravaging across the country and the world at large. As the national chair of the committee task force, I want to reiterate the need to always observe all World Health Organization guidelines and also regarding the pandemic, to always put on masks, social distancing, sanitizing, and washing of hands. So we are today grieved and also pained on the anti-passing of our renowned media group, who succumbed to this pandemic. And in light of this, we all observe a minute of silence in honor of her dedication to the media fraternity and service to the country. Thank you. I would like to extend our gratitude to His Excellency, the President and First Secretary, Comrade E.D. Mangabwa, for his vision, guidance, and also unwavering support in ensuring that the party continues with its democratic process. Following a decision to reintroduce the DCCs at the 17th National People's Conference in Esgodini, Matabeleland South Province in 2018, and a subsequent decision to implement this resolution was taken at the 340th Ordinary Session of the Politburo. His Excellency, the President and First Secretary, Comrade Mnangagwa, appointed the committee, chaired by the Vice President and Second Secretary of the party, Honorable General Retired Dr. Chiwenga, comprising of the National Chairman, Secretary for Administration, National Political Commissar, and the Secretary for Security. The committee was directed to conduct the DCC elections, which were then scheduled for 5 and 6 December 2020 in 8 provinces, excluding Bulawayo and Harare metropolitan provinces, where the DCC elections had already been done. And I want to say that in other provinces, that time has been extended to today. So we still await also to be advised of the situation prevailing in those areas. Pursuant thereto, all necessary steps and preparations were taken to ensure that the elections would proceed according to agreed principles and the regulations provided for by the party constitution, as captured in the terms of reference, where the National Command Center is overall responsible for supervising the DCC elections and providing adequate financial and human resource to cover the election exercise. In this regard, it is the sole responsibility of the National Command Center to endorse and announce the elections results, among other responsibilities. In order to ensure that the elections are robust, fair, democratic, credible, and in keeping with the party's constitution, values, and ethos, a National Command Center was established and supported by the provincial and admin district command centers. The objective of these command centers is to provide a comprehensive supervisory framework and machinery to ensure compliance with election guidelines, rules, and regulations. And since Saturday, the National Command Center has been closely monitoring progress so far achieved towards the holding of DCC elections across the board to satisfy our team. We have since established that since Saturday, remarkable progress has been achieved. I'm happy to report that DCC election process has progressed very well and have achieved 80% completion without any major incidences of violence, intimidation, and also indiscipline. Notably, Mashonaland Central Province performed above board with no adverse reports brought to the attention of the National Command Center. Whilst we recognize the positive results on the ground, we, however, acknowledge challenges with regards to delays in the distribution of ballot papers in boxes, inequitable distribution of ballot papers, and shortage of presiding officers in other areas. In some areas, we experienced an overwhelming voter turnout, thus constraining logistical resources. However, this was timeously addressed. Additionally, the current rainy season upon us led some roads being inaccessible in the Goke North, Berengwa districts in the Midlands province, Mashonaland Central, Mbire and Mzarabani, as well as Sanyati in Mashonaland West. In some areas, there was low voter turnout due to incessant rains, for example, in Matabeleland North Ngai district and Matabeleland South province. The late arrival of election material and personnel at polling station in remote areas also delayed the voting process. We take note of the current social media postings on invalidated results by the National Command Center as irresponsible act. We hope that despite logistical and minor administrative challenges, we are on course to the conclusion of the process, well within the broad parameters that we set to guide these elections. In Manicaland province, we note that some challenges were reported in Nyanga, in Motare Eben, Makoni, Chipinge, and Shimanimani. The same applies to Mashonaland East in Koromonzi, Mudzi, and Marondera districts, and Mashonaland West in Kadoma district. However, remedial action has since been taken in order to deal with these issues. We are, however, fully aware that there are areas where some individuals may have chosen to act contrary to the rules and guidelines that were given. In such cases, thorough investigations will be conducted, and should there be clear and irrefutable evidence of some manipulation of the system or rules, it must be made very clear that the National Command Center may recommend reruns in order to make sure that the will and wishes of the party members are respected. Any malcontents who have orchestrated such indiscipline and brought the party into disrepute will be held accountable. We shall want clear and explicit adherence to the rules as far as possible. I must hasten to say that we are a democratic party, and we expect all our members at all levels to abandon behavior that is contrary to our democratic principles and our desire to build a strong internal democratic culture that is underpinned by very high levels of discipline. We are grateful to our provincial leadership and election teams and thank them most profusely for everything that they have done so far. The National Command Center will officially start announcing the results as we receive them and also validated. The National Command Center will update our constituencies on the final results as soon as the process concludes. So we shall be calling upon you from time to time to also cover as we announce the results as they come in. I thank you very much.
Members of the media, just 3 questions, for the national chair. before she runs to another meeting. Yes, please.
My name is Blessed Ntlanga from Heart and Soul TV and Newsday. National Chair, I wanted to find out from you. We've seen police manning some of your polling stations. Is the party paying them, or they are doing national service?
Our tradition in the past has been that police, to make sure that there is law and order across the board. This is not just a practice for us, but it's across the board. Any organization that would require peace and tranquility, where they are undertaking their own responsibilities within a given institution, they have a right to request for the police.
Okay, next question. Someone give a chance. Okay, last question from yourself.
Okay. Chair, I also want to appreciate from you. You said that it was not 100% peaceful. Are there any incidents of violence that you have noted, and in particular in which areas?
We do not have at this point any incidents across the country, unless there are some that you have noted or you have heard. We are more than ready to receive and investigate. But as I am aware, we don't have any incidents of violence.
Okay, if you don't have any more questions, I want to thank all of you, for coming through this morning, and we also apologize for the aborted, press conference yesterday. Thank you very much.